everybody, it's Jody Seeley with our High River and Miss Rodeo Canada contestant from High River, Jaden Holle. Thanks for coming to hang out.
Thanks for having me.
I always find whenever I get the opportunity to chat with someone with a crown on their hat, I want one.
Yeah, I know. I wanted one too, which is why I went out and got one.
Why you went and did it. Yeah, I'm a little bit over the age group bracket, but other than that, cool. But I invited Jaden to come and chat with us today because I wanted to, one, rally some support around the fact that we have a High River resident, a High River girl, running in this competition, and it's really, really exciting. And two, just to introduce you to, I know you've been really, really busy and going through crazy, and it's getting down to crunch time for Jaden. And so I thought this would be a really cool opportunity to show some community love. So if you're watching with us live right now, if you could hit the like and love buttons for Jaden. If you watch it later and you're going to be watching it, please hit the like and love buttons just so that you can check back later and see how much we're rallying behind her. But this is pretty exciting. And if someone doesn't know, there's an actual competition to get the crown for Miss Rodeo Canada. And you're wearing a crown now, so people might be like, I'm so confused. So how does this actually work?
Yeah, so I'm representing Claresholm. I'm the Claresholm CBI Queen. So I represent the Chad Best Plug Invitational, which is a bull riding event that happens in February. And I'm taking this title onto the Miss Rodeo Canada competition. So for people might be more familiar with like Miss America competitions where you carry a state title onto Miss America or Miss World, whatever. So it's kind of similar in that I have a title and I'm going on to compete for a different title.
Right. So from title to title. But obviously you've been really well, I want to say connected in the rodeo world, and you've had an opportunity. People might be like, I know that name from somewhere, and you held the crown with the Stampede Trio. Which year?
Well, I was a part of the 2018 Calgary Stampede Royal Trio, so we just gave up our crowns to the new girls in end of September, so there's a new trio running around that is the 2019 trio, so they'll be at this upcoming Stampede.
So it's just kind of, you've been like in this world for a little while.
Yeah.
That was like from one to the next, but why not, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that I got the ball rolling with Stampede, and I loved my job, so it seemed like I had the momentum going, so I may as well. I was ready to go to the next one.
Well, and I think if you're somebody who is well-versed in the rodeo world, you understand what a Miss Rodeo, whatever the title is kind of thing, but there's lots of people who maybe don't know. So can you tell us a little bit about what does a Miss Rodeo Canada, should you get that title, or representing the Chad Best Plug Invitational now, what is your role in the rodeo world?
Yeah, well, Miss Rodeo Canada is essentially an ambassador for professional rodeo in Canada. So that could look like a lot of different things. So basically, we get the chance to go out and actually interact with the fans, and we get to kind of be that direct line of communication between the cowboys and cowgirls and the fans in the stands, and be a positive role model for young people. We're often out there signing autographs and just telling the stories of the people in the sport.
Which I think it's like you're not only an ambassador, but kind of almost like an official spokesperson for the sport, which I think is really cool because it gives, I think, the athletes that partake in it an opportunity to have somebody who's out there explaining. If someone's like, what is bull riding, or how does barrel racing work, or what does calf roping mean, or whatever it might be, we have somebody who's educated and speaking on behalf of the sport.
Yeah, definitely. And I study education, so I have a particular knack for educating people, so it's really fun when I get to kind of share exactly what the sport is all about.
Yeah, so how did you wake up one day and you're like, I want to be a rodeo queen? Like, how did you even get into it?
Yeah, this has kind of been a long time coming for me. When I was a little girl, I remember seeing rodeo queens in parades, and yeah, I wanted a crown on my hat. And I was just so enthralled by them, and I think it started out just seeing the glamour and the glitz, and I kind of wanted to be that. And then as I got older and I started to see that these were educated young women and they had a really awesome opportunity to kind of bring people back to our roots, because the rodeo way of life is really a big part of our history. I wanted to, the title had more meaning for me, and kind of the idea of rodeo queen was a neat job that went so much more beyond kind of a neat appearance.
Yeah.
So it started from there, and so yeah, I started out as a Calgary Stampede princess and just had the most amazing experience. And then I wanted to keep going and focus more in on the rodeo side of things, because I had family in rodeo, and I did want to kind of reconnect to those roots of my dad was a healer and my grandpa was involved in rodeo, and I never barrel raced, but I wanted to be a part of it. So this was kind of my way of getting my foot in the door and learning about the contestants and getting reconnected to the sport of rodeo. So it's been super rewarding, and now I can talk the lingo with my family.
Well, and I think too, when it comes to a lot of times when you hear the word pageant or competition, and we know that there's, you know, a handful of amazing young ladies who are vying for this Miss Rodeo Canada crown next week when the Canadian Finals Rodeo happens. There's more to that competition than maybe people think. Like they see, I mean, you guys are well put together. You have, you know, clothing sponsors and makeup sponsors, and there's an appearance piece that comes to it from a professional level. But there's kind of more behind it, and you guys do some other pieces in that competition. What are some of those other things you do?
Yeah, exactly. We look put together because it is a job, and we need to be professional, like you said. But there's a riding component because we have to be safe on a horse. We spend a lot of our time on horseback. There's a public speaking component. Again, we're out in the public all the time. We could get a microphone or a Facebook Live.
Someone makes you do this. Yeah.
There's also a personal interview, because it is a job. They want to make sure that we have the qualifications for it. And then there is a modeling component, because we have lots of great sponsors. We want to show off their products well. Yeah. And I might be missing something else. Oh, there's a written test.
Yes.
About our horse knowledge and our rodeo knowledge as well, so that we can really make sure we know what we're talking about and can be good ambassadors.
Which I always think is cool to educate people on, because it's not just this, okay, who's the prettiest one, who's going to get. I think when you don't know what it means and what you do, that's what maybe some public perception has come, and it's so many more layers than that, which is why I'm, like, personally a huge advocate and supporter of this program, because it gives you that really cool opportunity. And I used to be involved in some of that, and you would see the change in that woman over the year of what you do and the opportunities you get. It's really cool.
It's been the best. I think that this carrying a title has really been the best preparation for my future career, whatever that will be.
Yeah, well, and we put Jaden to work. She showed up to do a Facebook Live with us, and it's bread day at the High River Library, so we've got our bread donations. So as a community, you can go down and get your free bread. So we had Jaden helping us load loaves of bread and do community work. And that's, I think, again, another really cool piece about it is it's really community volunteering. And I think what people also don't realize is, should you get this crown with Canada, this is a volunteer position. These women are not paid for their time. There's some cool sponsorship layers that come into it, but it's a one-year volunteering position. And I think that is, like, incredibly selfless of whoever gets this crown to be able to do that. And the fact that you're willing to, I think, shows the amount of integrity that you have, and that's really cool.
Oh, well, thanks. It's so rewarding meeting everyone. I think, although it is a volunteer position, this is a year and an opportunity that not many people get the opportunity to experience. So just all of the things that can come from it, I think it's volunteer, but it's
and some fun perks, because the current Miss Rodeo Canada, Brittany, is in Australia right now, showcasing and doing some ambassador work for rodeo in Canada and the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association. And yeah, getting an opportunity to go to Australia is not so bad.
Oh yeah.
And you'll get to travel to the US and some other really cool things, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, she's cuddling kangaroos. I think that would be.
Yeah, you got to follow the Miss Rodeo Canada social media to see all the cool things that they do. And it's a busy year.
Oh yeah, I've been following Brittany and she's been nonstop. I think just home to repack her suitcase and then she's off somewhere else.
Yeah,
so.
and we got a really cool opportunity with the Grassroots Finals Rodeo when it was in Calgary to do a children's wish. And so there was a young girl who had the opportunity. She wanted to, you got to meet her, and she wanted to be a rodeo queen for a day. And so you guys took her around and she got to meet people, go behind the chutes, learn what it was like to be a rodeo queen, and it was really cool.
Yeah, she was so sweet. I asked her if I could have her autograph, and she was so, she signed it as if she had signed thousands of autographs. She was a natural.
She is going to be the next Miss Rodeo Canada, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And hopefully you will be too.
Yeah.
Like, we wish all the contestants best of luck, but because you're one of our people, you're a High River girl, we are rooting. So next week becomes like the week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What does it kind of look like for you?
Well, on Monday I move up to Red Deer, so all of us contestants will be in a hotel for the week, and we kick things off with the back number ceremony where we award the back numbers to all of the contestants, and that's kind of a formal event. And then from there, the very next morning, I think 8 or 9 a.m., we have horsemanship competition, and then it'll just be on from there. Yeah.
All the pieces. And when do we find out who wins the crown? Or I want to be really bold. When will we find out you win the crown? We're just going to put it out into the universe.
Yeah. November 2nd, on Friday at the performance, they'll crown the 2019 Miss Rodeo Canada. So,
how are you feeling going into next week? Like, is it a kind of a mixture?
Yeah, it definitely is a mixture. I think I'm excited to go and get the ball rolling, and I think just the anticipation of, I've been putting so much work into this, and now I'm just ready to see what my next year is going to look like.
And that's the thing, too, that I've noticed over the years is, like, you don't know until Friday what your entire year next year looks like.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to make a plan.
Kind of crazy. Well, on this video, we have tagged Jaden's Facebook page. So if you'd like to go and like that page, we would encourage you to do that. You can send her some notes of encouragement, share it around your social media, and if you think of, if she pops into your mind next week, sending her a note of encouragement and support, I think would be really awesome, because there's going to be some roller coaster kind of moments for you next week, and we just, as a community, want to rally behind you.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, there's definitely self-doubt that creeps in now and then, so those positive thoughts, prayers, words of encouragement, that goes a long way.
That would be awesome. Well, thank you for taking time, and I know it's a preparation week for you before you get up there, but thanks for coming to hang out with us, and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be so great. I don't know, is there like a special phrase you're supposed to give? Because I don't want to say break a leg or...
I say that to people all the time before they go on their horse and give the Greenwich laugh, and then I always question, like, maybe that's not the best.
Yeah.
But I'm a theater girl, so I can take
we'll say break a leg to Jaden, and we can't wait to find out next Friday.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching, everybody.